Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. Why I hardly tell anyone about my fear of dogs. So I want to say my fear of dogs started around when I was 8.5 or 9. Every time a dog would bark I would cry. I almost got my face bitten off by a dog, so that really just messed me up. It got worse as the years go by. Now it's to the point of me trying to avoid dogs at all costs. I can't even walk in my own neighborhood, it's that bad. I'm trying to get over my fear, but it's extremely difficult and hard for me. I hardly talk about it with anyone. Except my therapist, the reason being I'm so afraid of being judged or laughed at. If someone laughs when I tell them, it triggers my anxiety. It makes me feel humiliated. It makes me think, you don't understand and you never will. It makes me cry. So I hardly tell anyone. My mom knows and is very supportive, especially when I have panic attacks. So the point of this story is that I'm finally comfortable opening up about this. Thank you for reading. End of story. Next story. The Girl I Met in the Train. Part 11. Hi friends, hand waving. This the 11th part of the story. So if you haven't read the first parts, please do, so that the story would make sense. You can easily find the previous parts on my profile. Just click on my profile, J0HNWIKK, above the title. I hope you will read them hugging face. That day was special for me. Our hands touched for the first time and we had our first walk together. There was a sudden silence when it was just the two of us. It was almost like we lost the ability to speak. We both had a smile on our face. I was acting like I was dropping her home after a date. She was kind of acting the same way like I was. I wanted to start a conversation, but my mind was just blank. I was enjoying that moment with her. A moment to cherish for the rest of my life. I still remember it and I wonder what would have gone through her mind. She was the daffodil of my life. Daffodils are beautiful just like her. They are the first flowers to bloom after winter and they represent new beginnings. She changed my life and she doesn't even know it. She made me a better person. She made me try new things that I would never have done if I hadn't met her. Thinking about her just lifts my moods. She made me happy. She doesn't know how happy I was when she walked with me. I think we walked just around 50 meters. It didn't even last a minute. When we reached her home, we paused for a second, smiled and said bye. I started walking home. In my mind I was dancing. I wished we held our hands together, but it doesn't matter. I looked back after a few steps to see if she is looking back. But she didn't. I hoped for a scene like in the movies where the protagonists look back at each other. I told my close friends about my walk with her the next day. I described it beautifully and all they did was laugh. They asked me to calm down. It was just a walk that lasted seconds. They were right to an extent. Maybe I was a fool. But deep down I knew everything I felt that night was real. Will be continued. This is a true story, so please don't expect something filmy. Cold sweat smile. Thank you for reading. Your feedbacks are valuable. DM or comment. It doesn't matter. Give an upvote if you liked it. I will see you friends soon. Black Heart. End of story. Next story. How I'm 17F. Slowly helping this one special boy, 18, with his mental health by simple interactions. Hello. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna change his name for privacy reasons. Let's call him Buddy. He wasn't comfortable with me talking about us to my friends, but he allowed me to share it anonymously online. For a little context, I've known him since I was 7 years old. We separated multiple times over the years. but now we've seen each other almost every day for the past months. Buddy is really depressed since he came from a toxic relationship and he isn't used to being treated the right way by a girl. Due to his depression, his room was messy all the time, he was neglecting his hygiene, like brushing his teeth, etc. etc. I know how depressive episodes can feel like, so I don't blame him in any way. I knew that he trusted me since we were very close, and I knew that he wasn't going to get better if I just talked to him or force him to heal. Therapy wasn't an option because he is really socially anxious too. I didn't blame him for that either. I first started with the issue that he was barely eating, like once a day. I started bringing snacks when I came over and he would happily start eating after the first 2 times. Then later on he started feeling hungry and having appetite all by himself and starting cooking for him, us. I was happy to see that my idea worked, so I was positive for the next one. His hygiene. We had many sleepovers at his house at this point. Usually I went to brush my teeth on my own and didn't push him or questioned why he wouldn't come with me. Then I'd just start getting my toothbrush and announcing that I'd go and brush my teeth. He didn't show any reaction at first, so I simply asked him, "Will you come and brush your teeth too?" Quote. He smiled and agreed. And he actually got used to this and we're making progress. He already brushed his teeth without me asking him to join me first. I'm really proud and remind him of that every day. Same thing for showering. If I noticed that he didn't shower for a day or 2, I'd simply ask him if he wanted to shower with me. It also worked. He's been so happy since he left his toxic ex-girlfriend and he already started healing. All he needed was a little help to start. What I'm saying is, if you see that your loved ones are struggling, at least try to do something about it. Mental health matters. Edit because of spelling. ! Edit near point 2. Update ! I started doing what a nice Redditor suggested, which is praising Buddy for every little thing. Getting out of bed, brushing his teeth, doing his chores, you name it. It really helped and he's improving day by day. He's getting more confident and all in all just more relaxed and happy. Even his mom, her boyfriend and some gaming friends starting pointing out that he seems more balanced. I'm very proud of him. I know that there are gonna be days where he's unwell, unmotivated and feeling down again, but I'll be there for him. I won't leave Buddy to himself, ever. In my past, I would have killed for a person that sticks to me when I need it. I promised myself that I'm not going to let him feel lost like I did. To the people struggling out there, I hope you get your chance to heal. You deserve it. Mental health matters so much. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.